Hi, welcome to our Fall Back in Time YouTube event. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Over 75% of women and 50% of men actually use skincare regularly. Out of but in a study, 4 out of 5 of them were unhappy with their skin. So, tonight we're going to tell you about a system that we have found, a two-step prebiotic skincare along with collagen that is about the same price as the national average. People spend $5 a day, but has clinical backing and people are loving their results. With Plexus, we have Gut Glam. We have products to help with all kinds of things, that two-step skincare and the collagen. So first tonight, we are going to start with Erin. She's a wife of almost 22 years, a mom of 4 kids between the ages of 4 and 11. She lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sharing these products has actually retired her from her pharmaceutical sales job, which is pretty amazing. She's a registered dietitian with a master's degree in nutrition, so she definitely knows her stuff. So Erin, can you tell us first, how have the Gut Glam products helped you look and feel younger?
Hey, Brooke, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. Okay, so let me first start with how they've helped me to look younger. So Joyome, I noticed within just weeks of starting Joyome a year or so ago that my skin was smoother, it was much clearer, and I think probably the biggest improvement I saw was in just dark spots on my skin that I've gotten since I've gotten a little bit older. Um, Whenever I started collagen, though, it was like the improvements ramped up. So my skin looked dewier, plumper, I guess, if that's okay to say. It was dewier, plumper, again, clearer. And I really noticed those little fine lines right around my eyes were smoothing out, and these right through here and like my jowls were starting to reduce a little bit. So those are sort of the benefits that I've seen from Joyome as far as looking better. And then feeling better, triplex combo. Been on it since the very beginning. So I've been on the triplex combo for over 6 years now. And I'm a registered dietitian. I have a degree in exercise science. I know how to do the right things to feel great. However, before I started the triplex combo, I was tired all the time. I had stomach aches every single day. I had those headaches that people have that cause them to just be in bed for a day, numbness, vision loss, horrible headaches that really just, would just took a lot of time from me. I also really had to work hard to maintain my weight. So I found that I sort of became a slave to the treadmill. If I didn't work out every single day, it had an impact on me just mentally. And so what I've noticed since being on the triplex, great energy, tons of energy to be able to do the things I need to do for my family. I no longer have those daily stomach aches. I'm able to very easily maintain my weight. I actually exercise less than I used to from a time standpoint, but I'm much more effective with my workouts, and the results are so much better. So that's sort of how these Gut Glam products have helped me to look and feel so much better.
I love that. And the theme of tonight is actually called Fall Back in Time. And that sounds exactly like what she's saying it's done for her. It's helped her feel better, feel younger, look younger, and just feel her best. I love that. So, given your background in pharmaceuticals, can you kind of speak to the quality and efficacy of the ingredients in our Joyome collagen and the skincare and our other products?
I would love to. So, here in a little bit, we're going to hear from Stephen, and he is absolutely the product expert. And so he's going to give us lots of great details. But from a nutrition standpoint, as a registered dietitian, there are a few things about this whole product line, really all the Plexus products, that just made me really proud. And so our products are clean, and that's really important. It's important to me, it's important to a lot of people. So clean ingredients. I love that the ingredients in our products are at clinically studied levels. So there's enough in there to actually do what it needs to do. And then also, the ingredients are highly bioavailable. So once we take them in, we actually absorb them and utilize them, and they do what they're supposed to do. So I love that about all of our Plexus products. A few things I'm really excited about with collagen. Um, First of all, the biotin that's in there. A lot of people take an additional biotin supplement. And so because that's in our collagen, that's no longer needed. And that's a really great cost savings for people. Biotin is really important for a lot of things. It helps just with metabolizing our macronutrients. So macronutrients are like carbohydrates, protein, and fat. It really helps to metabolize those. It's important for our skin, our hair, our nails. It's important in pregnancy and breastfeeding. So it's a really, really great ingredient. And then the other thing that I think really stands, that makes our collagen stand apart, is when you start reading the ingredients, it is just full of ingredients that are antioxidants and phytonutrients. So phytonutrients really help our bodies. They're like, when you hear about superfoods, they're like those additional nutrients that help us to really be as healthy as we can, help us to fight off things like heart disease, cancer, reduce inflammation. Um, they're just really powerful ingredients. There are over 25,000 different phytonutrients, and they come from plants. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds. And so our collagen has those in there. So not only are you getting the skin benefits, but there's also a ton of antioxidants. And you're getting that added bonus of just nutrition that's in these products. So I cannot say enough about it. I absolutely love this new collagen product. And of course, Joyome and the triplex combo.
I love that. Thank you. Two words that she said that I really, really love and I want to highlight again is she talked about the bioavailability. So basically, that means that your body can use them. It's available for your body instead of vitamins and nutrients going in you and leaving right out. I love that. And then did you catch when she said 25,000 phytonutrients from plants? Collagen is like a powder that you can mix to any other drink you're already drinking. I call it like a beauty boosting beverage, but those things she talked about go well beyond beauty benefits. So I absolutely love that. And I'm sure that looking at her, you would never be able to guess her age because truly these products help us fall back in time. So, Erin, I asked their permission first, but can you tell us how old you are?
Sure. So in October, I always have to do the math because it keeps changing. In October, I turned 43. So I'm 43 years old.
She looks amazing, doesn't she? Go ahead and tell her in the comments how amazing she looks. Thank you so much for that, Erin. Okay, so next you get to hear from my friend Melissa. She's a mom of two kiddos who lives in Little Rock, Arkansas. And what actually brought her to Plexus years ago was her husband. And she has seen these gut health products help her tremendously with his diabetes. But now she raves about the Gut Glam as well. In the past, she's been known to do anything that she can get her hands on to look better. She says she's done things like the 14 karat gold masks, pumpkin peels, and in her own words, you name it, I tried it. Well, now she has finally found a combo that works for her. So, Melissa, go ahead and tell us what you love most about the collagen and the Joyome and the Gut Glam and what it's done for you.
Okay, perfect. The first thing I want to say is that we just moved into our absolute dream home. We're on 5 acres and we love it. And I had an organizer come and help because, when you're moving your whole family into a new home, think about some of the first things that you do. Okay, maybe you want to set up your kitchen or your garage. I had our organizer come and help set up my bathroom because I'm such a product junkie. We had 2 huge black trash bags full of products that I just wasn't using because I got to start on the collagen. So I am absolutely such a fan. And I actually have had a fungal infection from overusing antibiotics that I was misdiagnosed. And so I just want y'all to know that collagen has changed my life, because not only has it helped restore my gut in combination with the triplex, but also these two products right here, the Joyome, and then we've got the collagen complex. Those are the only three products that I have as far as a AM and a PM routine now. So I was able to throw away so much stuff that I wasn't using and finally start on a program that really, really worked for me. Right here, my smile lines, like that is my biggest testament to these products. I had a pretty big birthday that just happened this last May, and I want to look and feel my best. Of course, we all want to, right? And so I have just fell in love with the easiness of these of the regimen, because I can do two products, I can do two serums, I can do 2 scoops of this in my favorite drink. So I love that I feel youthful. My husband says that I'm glowing. That's been a really fun thing. And I also had 2 different people ask me, what did you get done? Like, what did you have done? I'm like, I got collagen done, baby. So no needles, no Botox. In fact, when my testimony came out, I had quite a few people say, okay, really, really, Mal, what did you really do? And I would not ever put my story out there if it weren't the full-on real deal. I believe in authenticity, being completely straight up, and y'all, my results are real. So I will be sure and post my before and after in the comments, but it does look like I had filler. It does look like I had Botox, but what I have is the best collagen there ever is, ever was, and ever will be.
I love that. I'm sure that all of us, many of us watching, can relate to the bags and boxes of the products that you take with you from house to house, because we do want to look and feel our best, but a lot of it is just complicated, hard to use. We forget. I love that what you basically heard her say is she was able to replace all of that. So talk about cost savings with just AM, PM, and mix something into her drink. Talk about time savings. And it was so effective that people think she's had work done. So that's incredible. So, okay, thinking about the collagen, which let's say it how she said, I did collagen, baby. I love it. Thinking about that, this 3 steps that you just talked about, what are some of the benefits you've seen, not only to your face, but to your body and overall the way that you look and feel?
So I think the biggest thing that I would say is just feeling like I'm glowing. And even just watching videos or seeing pictures, even in Maui, guys, when we were secret product testers, and these other ladies that are on the call tonight were the same way. People in Maui were even asking, this was only maybe 2 or 3 weeks into our product trial. People were saying things to me and I couldn't talk about it yet. So my favorite part of this is just seeing, I just feel like I'm fresh. It almost feels like that pregnancy glow. I love that my skin just feels fresh. It's so soft. Like the things you can't see is just how soft and smooth it is. I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. I've got leaky gut. I have a lot of autoimmune issues. And so what I've loved about this is that it's also feeding my gut. There's a prebiotic, and there are so many great people that are going to really give you the science behind why this collagen is amazing. But I can tell you guys that not only have I felt it just on my face, the way I've explained it to people is like, I felt like I'm wearing Spanx, but I'm not. Like my abs have tightened, y'all, my booty and my thighs. I'm telling you, the stuff, it binds, it brings everything together. It's almost like a glue. That's how it feels to me, at least. So I kind of feel like everything just went, that's why I love it.
Spanx without Spanx. Sign us all up for that. That's amazing. And so you mentioned having a birthday recently. Again, just like with Erin, I don't think people would be able to guess your age. Would you go ahead and tell us?
I turned the big 40, baby.
Woohoo! That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Melissa. Next, we are going to hear from someone who has a very strong background in skincare. Helen lives in Plano, Texas. She has 2 adult sons. She loves to work out, travel, dance, and hang out with friends. And she has worked in skincare for 16 years, but she still remembers putting toothpaste on those pimples overnight to see if it would get rid of them. How many of us have done that, right? But now with these products, she doesn't need the toothpaste anymore. She says that she looks and feels better than she has in her entire life. So, Helen, how have these Glam products helped you to look and feel better?
Oh, yeah, I'm new. Okay. Thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. So I think what I really noticed was about 3 years ago when the XOS came about, Nurse Slim, the prebiotic, and I added, that to or part of my triplex with the BioCleanse and the ProBio 5, was that it was just really healing my gut. And I just noticed like my face looked thinner, which was like less inflammation. And so I just felt like that was that one more layer for my gut healing. So that was probably the beginning of really like seeing, like when we're healthy and our gut is healthy on the inside, it shows up on the outside. I always just say that, like we are just a reflection of what's going on inside and especially in our gut, right? And so that was probably the first thing I really noticed for my facial wise. And then with the Joyome, of course, that was a game changer. And I was one who used a lot of products. Like you said, I've been in skincare, huge chunk of my life prior to Plexus. And I've, just always had a good regimen. I always wash my face before I go to sleep. I have had all my life struggled with acne, large pores, oily skin. And so I just loved Joyome simply for the simplicity of it, because it took the place of so many of my products. I would, of course, use a toner. It was so important to really deep clean my pores after a cleanser, which now I just tone like, maybe twice a week, just depending if I have layered a lot of makeup on throughout the day between workouts or whatever. And so the Joyome just helped immediately. I noticed with brightening my skin, reduced redness. I had a lot of redness in my skin just based on having acne for most of my life, or, just struggling with that, and larger pores. It firmed my skin, and just overall, Joyome was just a huge game changer for my skin. And of course, the simplicity of it all was awesome. And so, of course, then the collagen comes along, and I know, like, I totally agree with Melissa. It was like within a couple weeks, just started noticing this huge difference. And I was so blown away, because I feel like that product alone has been the biggest game changer of all of what we've talked about tonight. And so for me, obviously, having struggled with, just not great skin all my life, and Joyome helped a ton. But that immediate like glow, that just this luminosity in my skin. And I felt it also like all over my body, like just like no more crepiness. And I mean, we'll talk about my age in a second, but I noticed a big change a few years ago. And, just how all over your body skin just changes. And so between the firming, less crepiness, and then, the glow, and just overall just smoothness. And I just was like blown away, and it's so easy to use, obviously. So also just more clear skin. No, I haven't done the toothpaste thing in a while. I actually ordered something not too long ago called a pimple plaster. Something it's like this plaster thing. And I don't really ever get them much, but I mean, here's what I will tell you. So since I've been taking the collagen product, I have made 7 trips. So we all know what travel does, the being on airplanes, the altitude, the time zone changes, sleeping in hotels, different pillows, like just the stress of all of it. I used to call them like travel pimples when I would get that, or just that travel face, and I just found that through this last 3 months, I have not had any of that. Like my skin has stayed super bright, super clear. The glow I just feel like this product over time, each month, I'm just noticing more and more positive effects and changes to my skin. So I wrote everything down because I don't want to miss anything, because there's so much. It's like, what has this product done? It's like, I want to make sure. Okay, so less fine lines. Oh, dark circles, like lessen that, reduce that. And of course I said brighter. Okay, so here's the other thing is hair growth. Okay, so like I have like these little baby hairs now, just like growing. I don't know if y'all have the same thing going on, but I'm just like, I have more hair now. My lashes thicker, longer. My nails are insane. And it's just like, everything's just like, growing and healthy and happy. So it's awesome. Love it.
I love that. And I also love that she started with the microbiome XOS pink drink, because one thing I love about our company is the way that all of the products work together so perfectly. They work together synergistically, build upon each other. And the longer that you're on them, the more results you'll see. So she went way back to just with that pink drink. She saw a difference. I know she saw a difference with X Factor Plus. I might get to ask her about that here in a second. And then adding the Joyome and then adding the collagen, not only the health benefits, but these beauty benefits as well. So, okay, I love her background in skincare. So, kind of based on that, will you tell us a little bit about how this combination of products is different than the one that she used for 16 years?
Well, I've always been a proponent of, like there's just many steps to good skin because you got to have clean skin and, having the larger pores. Of course, I wash my face every morning and night, toned every morning and night. I would use a brightening serum as I got older, of course, and a firming serum. I was just a, believer in serums. I felt that they were making a difference. And then a moisturizer for oily skin. And of course, sunscreen every morning, which I still do. And then eye cream and then eye like gel. And, there's just we can just go to any store, right? And see there's thousands of products out there. And we all feel like the older we get, it's like, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that. So of course, when Joyome came along, still wash my face, of course, but now I just do the morning serum and the evening serum. In the morning after the day serum, I do my sunscreen. And then at night, I really don't even need a moisturizer. I mean, it's this easiest. I think Melissa talked about how it saves money. I mean, it's people need simplicity now, right? We want results, but we don't always want to take the time or have the money, the extra money to buy all those products. So Joyome just does it all. And then now add the collagen, which is so simple because I'm just either putting it in. I have Greek yogurt a lot, so I'll just put my collagen with my lean in yogurt, or I'll just put it in my lean shake. That's my favorite way to take it. And I'm eating anyway, so it takes about 2 seconds to put 2 little scoops in whatever I'm drinking or eating for the collagen. So there's no extra effort or time that it takes. If anything, it's a lot less time with the Joyome. And I feel like my skin has never been better in my life. And being with a skincare company for 16 years prior, I've always been, trying all the new products, always the cutting edge. And these products, hands down, have made the most difference ever. And I'm just in love. So happy.
So saving time, saving money, saving steps, and seeing more results. So that's amazing. And then this is one little extra side note, but the X Factor Plus is actually part of our kind of beauty system. And I know that you have an incredible testimony with that kind of goes along with telling us how old you are, which no one will ever guess. But can you take a second to touch on that really fast so we can see just how the beauty products go well beyond beauty, overall health and wellness, which is what we're all about here?
Well, yeah, I never go a day without my X Factor Plus. It totally helped with my hot flashes, which are no fun at all. And so, yeah, it's just, our products are amazing. Like the bioavailability, just they're effective. I think people just want to know, is this product's going to really work? Obviously we have a 60-day money back guarantee, so people can find out for themselves, but they absolutely work. And so, yeah, the X Factor Plus has been a big game changer for me because I don't have those nasty things anymore. They're no fun.
And how young are you?
I am 52 years old. And
we would have never guessed it.
You're sweet. Thank you.
For sure. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, and now we actually are going to have a 2-part code word tonight. For those of you watching, this is just a code word that you could send to the person who invited you so they know you watched it and they'll be able to recommend products or tell you anything they have up their sleeve. So I'm going to tell you the first part of that code word right now, and it is goodbye. That's the first part of the code word. But stay tuned because we still have 2 more incredible speakers. So next, I want to introduce you to Rachel, and she remembers putting mayonnaise in her hair to make it softer, washing her hair with baking soda to detox it, and then using coconut oil as conditioner and having her hair be greasy, all in the name of looking better. She actually remembers putting on blue masks on her face that dried so hard she couldn't even smile. She said she looked like Braveheart. I would love to see a picture of that. But now she looks better than ever. She loves being in the mountains. She loves sports. She has a son and a daughter, and she is loving life. She's been dubbed by many in our company as the hormone guru. So, Rachel, can you tell us how these products have helped you look and feel better?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Oop, am I unmuted?
You are.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of tonight's event. I am in many ways the opposite of kind of what Melissa and Helen described. I am extremely low maintenance when it comes to a skincare regimen. I have had more than one person offer to drop off a skincare regimen for me to try for a week or two, and it might have involved 5 steps, 7 steps, a morning ritual of steps, an evening ritual of steps, and I could never stick with it consistently. The one thing that I've always been good about in my life is washing my face before I go to bed and rinsing it off when I get up in the morning. But as I got a little bit older, I started to see the need. I wasn't somebody that ever struggled with acne or anything like that, but I did begin to see the need for some kind of skincare regimen. But I knew, knowing myself, that whatever it was going to have to be easy. So when Joyome came out, I was so incredibly excited because that 2-step system works for me. I always tell people, just like some of our other products like ProBio 5, put it by your toothbrush so you remember. You brush your teeth every night. Don't forget your probiotic. Same thing with our skincare. Is if it's simple, I will do it. If it's something that it's easy to be consistent with, then I will use it and I will be consistent with it. Same thing with our collagen. I was so excited for, collagen has been a beauty buzzword for a while in the beauty industry. The thing I love about Plexus is that time and time again, people are going to say, because they know the integrity of our company, the transparency of our company, and the quality of the ingredients. Of course, we are going to get asked, hey, could y'all do this product? Could you do this product? But the thing I know about our company is we're not going to move on doing a product until we know we can do it and we can do it better than anybody else. And that's absolutely one of the things that I've seen with our collagen. One of the things that I love about it is that it has no flavor whatsoever. So there's no like, oh, I don't like the way that it makes my coffee taste. Or, I can tell you, in this group of ladies, we were all product testers. They made us try it every possible way imaginable, in water alone, in our slim, in our active, in lean, hot, cold. Like, we tried it every different way, and none of us had any opposition to the texture, the taste, or anything like that. One of the things that I think is so incredible is the sourcing of our collagen. You can get collagen a lot of different ways, but it was really important to Plexus that we sourced these ingredients in the best possible way. And like all of the other ladies have mentioned, I'm coming up on a 6-year anniversary with Plexus in January. The triplex regimen absolutely transformed my life. You alluded to my hormone information status. That's what drew me to this company and to our products, is that I am someone who unfortunately has struggled with hormone or endocrine related disorders. And for those individuals, we have to be really cautious about what we put in our body. We have to be very careful about the sourcing, that it's coming from grass-fed sources, so that our hormones are not getting thrown off. And that's another wonderful thing about Joyome as well. Joyome meets or exceeds the European Union standards for having low toxicity. Most people don't realize your skin is the largest organ in your body. Anything that you put on your skin, whether it's skincare, whether it's makeup, it doesn't matter what it is, that is very quickly absorbed into your tissues and into your bloodstream. So the fact that we know that we have a product that is incredibly effective, yes, but is also not going to cause hormone disruption is huge.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And it literally just makes me smile how she talked about the fact that Plexus really is ahead of the curve scientifically, but we don't just throw out products to sell more of them. They really take the time to make them effective and really the best quality. And I loved hearing that little insider information that they don't just say, hey, tell us if this is okay and we'll launch it. They have them taste it in every different way and make sure that this is something that the masses need and that the masses want, and that is going to help them and benefit not only their beauty, their skin, but really their overall health. So I really love that. So we all know that hormonal factors really play a huge role in our overall health and can even change our skin. So knowing all of that, can you tell us how hormones can benefit our appearance? And then which products would you recommend for hormone health?
Um, to be perfectly honest, Brooke, we don't have a product that I wouldn't recommend in terms of benefiting overall hormone health. I mean, just the triplex system alone, we kind of had an inside joke going before the call started about having to go number 2, which had nothing to do with a bowel movement, but we all thought that it did. But truthfully, having regular daily bowel movements are probably your body's first line defense to protecting itself from getting into what I affectionately dub as hormone hell. The only way that your body has to rid itself of excess hormones, especially estrogens, is through regular daily bowel movements. So having that triplex BioCleanse ProBio 5 combo is huge for that. It's one of the reasons that we always talk about people getting their bowels moving. But also, one of our body's massive ways of detoxing as well is through our liver. And so the ingredients that are in Slim, whether you choose to do XOS or whether you choose to do hunger control, are both very efficient at helping the liver detoxify, because that's basically what your liver does. It filters toxins in your body and helps your body get rid of them. But it's very easy to have your toxin overload become overwhelming for your body. Your liver can literally get clogged. And so the ingredients like the alpha lipoic acid that's in both Slims, the high fiber content that is in Slim Hunger Control is incredibly important. One of the amino acids that is in our collagen is an incredibly effective and efficient liver detoxifier. And real quickly on the collagen, I want to talk about the fact, because I feel like one of the things that I keep hearing is, well, why does our collagen have 5 grams of protein, but there are other collagens out there that have 25 or 30? Y'all, a lot of what people don't realize is that too much protein is not great for you. We live in such a high protein diet society, such a glorification of things like the ketogenic diet. And I'm not knocking either one of those, but Melissa can speak to the fact, having a husband who's a type 1 diabetic, that even diabetics have to very closely monitor their protein intake, because if you take in too much protein, your body actually converts it to sugar, and it gets stored as sugar and can mess with your blood sugar. So the fact that we are offering people a collagen product that has all the benefits of other ones that are out there and even more, but we're giving it to them with 5 grams of the most bioavailable collagen out there. And if they want more protein, they can easily add it to their lean without worrying about over proteinating. It's one of the reasons that you see a lot of hair care lines and salons going to plant-based hair care, is because hairdressers will tell you, or stylists will tell you, that too much protein will start to cause people's hair to break. It will cause it to be brittle. It will cause it to thin and fall out. And so that's another incredible benefit for our hair in terms of our collagen, is that we're not running the risk of too much of a good thing being too much.
I love that. And I love that she said there is not a product I would not recommend. If that doesn't give you the confidence to give this a try, I don't know what does. And one thing I love about her is when I asked her if I could call her out on her age, she said, absolutely. I am so proud of it. And I would be proud of it too if I had fallen back in time. So tell us how old you are.
I turned 45 in September.
Yay. Thank you so, so much for sharing. And those ladies, not only were they product testers, but they've tried all of our products, and their input is so invaluable. So I'm so thankful that they were on here tonight. But we didn't want you to just hear from people who use and love the products. We are super excited for you to hear tonight from the Director of Global Product Innovation and Development. And he comes to us with so much experience. He's spent 23 years doing product development. The past 3.5 of them have been for us. And he was part of the product development team for both Joyome, the AM, the PM serum, and our collagen. And so it is a real treat to hear from Stephen. He's got 2 boys. He lives in Arizona, and he is a wealth of knowledge. So Stephen, can you tell us what about the ingredients sets it apart from other products on the market?
Yeah, I'd love to, Brooke, and thanks so much for having me here tonight. And after hearing everybody's testimonies and stories, like, wow, so honored to be part of this panel. I see you, and I just saw you, Melissa, last weekend in Arkansas. Erin, you were in the office last week, and Helen and Rachel, we see each other on video calls all the time, or sometimes in person. But when I hear these introductions and I hear your background, I'm just so impressed every time I spend time with the ambassadors and hear your stories. It makes me really excited to know that we have such professionals in the field represent our company, our product, and as much confidence as you have in our team developing the products, we have just as much confidence, and I'm so impressed by you all and your stories and your professionalism and your presentations. I mean, I listened to everything you said. I was so excited to be here. So thank you for having me. So before I answer that first question, I heard a few things that, like, you all touched on so many different aspects that are so important for maybe somebody new to the business who doesn't know Plexus. And I like what I think it was you that said it, Rachel, that, we don't just launch everything, or, we're not a catalog company. We never will be. When we do get into something, we do it the right way. We investigate it. We don't just put out Me Too products. We're going to do something. I think we say if we're going to do something, we're going to do it the Plexus way, which is we're going to make sure we have the quality. We're going to make sure we have the research, the science. We can establish the claims and the benefits. And as you can tell from this panel, we test out the product. And if when we test it, if we don't get the results we're looking for, well, we go back to formula and we make it better. So hearing your stories of the product and how much benefit you've gotten out of it is really nice to hear firsthand. And I'm glad that everyone else listening got to hear that too. So your first question was, I think it was around the ingredients and what sets the Joyome skincare line apart?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So first of all, when you look at the AM and PM serums, as others have mentioned already on this call, the great thing about it is the simplicity. We've got 11 actives, really great clinically studied actives as someone else mentioned, at the clinically studied levels. And that's why we can get such good results with only the 2 products. And I think, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a skincare regimen before we developed these. I mean, I've tried some different things, and just, a typical guy, I guess, right? We don't kind of worry about it. But now that I'm getting older, I'm like, hey, I feel like I see my father looking back at me in the mirror sometimes, and I get a little startled. It's like, wait, how did my dad get in this mirror? So when we developed the line, I started using it and trying it, and I use it every day now. And it's funny, within like maybe 2 or 3 months of using the product, I had 2 people on 2 different occasions come up to me and say, oh my God, you have such great skin. I'm not kidding. I mean, I've never had that happen to me in my life. And I attribute it to the products, and even in the office, I've gotten comments too. So I'm really happy with the skincare. And again, it's not, it's designed for skin. Skin is men's skin, women's skin, it's still skin. So I'm getting the same benefits, and I love the products as well. But getting back to the ingredients themselves, we've got a lot of really good ingredients in 2 applications, which is great for me because the simplicity of the system is, for me, one of the biggest important things. And being able to put all these ingredients in just 2 products was a challenge in and of itself. It was very challenging to make it work. And that's why you don't see this done very often. The other key part of this system is the skin microbiome activating complex that we developed. So we did a lot of research, and we actually did some in vitro studies where we took SRS and we took epidermidis being the skin bacteria that we like, SRS being the one we don't want to necessarily see so much of on our skin. So again, the skin microbiome is much like the microbiome inside, as we want to have it in balance, balancing the beneficial bacteria, making sure that the ones we don't want get out of balance and overtake the good ones. So we did some in vitro studies and showed that this proprietary formulation that we put together, these 4 bioactives, actually helped with the beneficial skin bacteria. So to me, that's the really key that sets it apart. Now that was done in vitro, and doing that on skin in the full formula is another challenge that we'll address in the future. But in anything, when we study this in vitro and we get such great results, it's very compelling, and it gives us more. That's what really sets us apart, because we look at the internal microbiome, and then what Plexus does is we understood that the microbiome on the skincare is a very real science. There's a lot of emerging science around it, and we wanted to be the first in our category to really utilize that. And I can tell you that I presented on our research at the 3rd annual Congress of Skincare related to the microbiome in San Francisco a year and a half ago on the research that we did. And when I presented that research, there were in the likes of like L'Oreal, Unilever were in the audience and also presenting. So to be able to present research that is recognized in the industry, I think was a huge compliment to the science and to the products and what we've been able to do in this area. So to me, that's like the thing that really sets us apart. The other thing is the simplicity in the system that I mentioned, and then the 11 key active ingredients that handle everything from moisturization to hyaluronic acids for plumping, hydration. And then we've got other ingredients in there for whitening and brightening. So we've really got the whole system there. And what I also like about the PM is with the addition of the lactic acid in the PM, you've got some higher level of exfoliation. So when I think Helen mentioned, well, I don't need all those other products anymore, and I'm really stopped using some of these other ones because I'm getting such a benefit from the Joyome. So for me, the AM and the PM, or the day serum and the evening serum are just a great combination of products with so many benefits. And again, each one of the ingredients, I could go on, forever on just how much, the actives and what they do. But in a nutshell, for me, it's just those key takeaways. It's the simplicity of the system, the 11 key actives, and the skin microbiome activating part of it. So did I answer your question on that one? I don't know if I think I went into too much detail.
Yes, you totally did. And honestly, I think I can speak for everyone that we could listen to you talk about all of this forever. How incredible that he got to represent Plexus and literally present this information to other top companies in the industry. We're ahead of the curve. I love it. He spoke about it a little bit already with the in vitro studies. I love how he talked about how all of our products deal with the microbiome of our gut. And now these products are dealing with the microbiome of our skin. Absolutely incredible. Can you talk a little bit more about the scientific and the clinical backing for the results that we're getting?
Yeah. So if, for the AM, when I look at the AM and the PM and now with the collagen, again, we're using everything, all the ingredients at clinically studied levels. Now the original research we did on the skin microbiome activating complex, I discussed a little bit, but what I want to talk about is just to key in on some of the benefits of the 3 products together. So you've got the AM and the PM, and we know that, topical application, we're getting a lot of great benefits, but a few of you mentioned already the importance of collagen. So we're talking about, kind of cosmetic, right? It's a cosmetic things you can see, the brightening, the lightening, the smoothness, the moisturization. But now, as we look from beauty from the inside out with the collagen, we're actually giving you a highly bioavailable source of collagen, which actually helps with the structure of the skin underneath, like the scaffolding or the support. So if you think about those collagen strands coming together, if our skin is already kind of like, we don't have that, as we age, right, the collagen levels go down, our production goes down. And so we begin to see more wrinkles because we don't have that support underneath. And so when we get these like smile lines or what have you, begin to see like those dimples form in our skin, and that's what the wrinkle is, right? That little drop there. But if we have that collagen underneath it supporting it, that crease or that drop or that valley is less prominent because we're kind of, supporting it, right? So you don't see the wrinkles and the fine lines as much. And so what I like is with the day serum and the evening one, is we're really doing a really good job of taking care of the skin as best we can from a topical application. But with the combination of the collagen, now we're providing that other benefit that we can't do topically, which is beauty from the inside out and the collagen support. The other key takeaway is we're using ceramides in the collagen. We had to look for one that we could actually formulate with, because it's a wax, right? And so we're able to deliver ceramides with beauty from within from the collagen, but also topically. So we're really, looking at the skin from both directions, which I think is key, because sometimes if you look at just a topical skincare system, you're not getting the benefit of all the beauty from within. Like we've got the vitamin C and the vitamin E, like someone else mentioned, with the antioxidants and that help with the free radicals. So we're doing it topically, and we're doing it as you can ingest as well. So to me, looking at that complete system, those three products together, it's a holistic approach again, like we talk about with our other products. We don't just look at one facet or one way of an application or a health benefit. It's really a holistic approach. So I'm really glad that we got to do this product and add this to the line. As you know, when we launched the Joyome line, it was a new area for Plexus. So we were kind of getting out there in a different area, and it was received so well. So I'm really happy that we were able to introduce this secondary product that is beauty from the inside out in the form of the collagen. And the three products together, I think, are just going to have people are going to have fabulous results, especially if they start with all three together. Can you imagine that if you had all three products a year ago, Helen, or a year and a half ago when we launched all these? I mean, the results we would have had then, but I mean, we're already having great results now, but just imagine if you have people that try these three products together from the get-go, they're going to have great results, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, I'm so looking forward to seeing how everybody looks a year from now. As we talked about a little bit already, people are seeing results in as little as like 14 days, but some of them much sooner. It's kind of insane. So can you talk a little bit about some of the benefits that you're most excited about? I know we've heard about hydration. It helps with dark spots, wrinkles, all of that, but what are some of the ones you're most excited about?
Well, I tend to think of, when I talk about the products, like key ingredients and how they're different. So I think everyone did a great job of telling you like what experiences they've had with the products and what benefits they've seen. But let me key in on a couple of the key ingredients that I think are special, especially with the collagen. And I think it was Rachel who mentioned it's, when you look, it's not just the total input of protein, it's the bioavailable forms that we have. So we looked at a lot of different types of protein, and specifically, between the balance of the bovine and the marine sources, we found a really good source of bovine collagen, and I've been working with the suppliers that are out of Brazil. It's a high quality. And so the thing that I've been working on is really getting a special collagen that's just for Plexus. And this one is actually standardized to the molecular weight of around 3,000 Daltons, right? So we're, a lot of, when you talk about peptide length, molecular weight, the smaller, the better. It's a hydrolyzed collagen. So that means it's more bioavailable. If we gave you the one that wasn't hydrolyzed, that had a really long chain length, you may take 15 or 20 grams, but you're not really getting the benefit of it. So, and I think the testimonies that you're hearing, and when you talk about results in as little as 15 or 14 days, and this is why, because we're giving you such highly bioavailable forms of both the ceramides and even the collagen. So to me, when you're talking to people, or when people are having the discussion about, they're looking at the back of a protein, of a collagen protein, they're looking at the two labels, and on the surface you may think, oh, this has more and more is better. It's not always the case. And I think someone else, or maybe it was Helen, that mentioned the slim microbiome activating. That's another really good example of that, where more isn't always better. If you look at the xyloligosaccharides, we have 1 gram because that's the clinically studied levels where we know that increases good gut bacteria. We could have given you like 5 or 6 grams of some other protein, but it wouldn't have had the same benefit in such a small dose. So that same methodology, that same scientific methodology is what we look at for all the products, right? We're not just going to load you up with something for the sake of saying we have it in there at this level. We're going to give you something that gives you the best results. And that, to me, when you look at the collagen, is what's key, is understanding that and being able to communicate that with other people. Is, yeah, there's that collagen, but this one is a higher bioavailable form. The molecular weight is smaller, it's hydrolyzed, and just look at the benefits my friends have with this product. I mean, they'll speak for themselves. So I don't know if that answers your question or.
Yes, absolutely. That's the perfect ending. Look at the results our friends have. It speaks for itself. So the second part of our code word is wrinkles. So put that together with the first code word and you have the code word there to message your friend. But truly, listen to all of the things you've heard tonight. Microbiome of the inside and the out. Beauty from the inside out, feeling better from the inside out, bioavailable, the best quality ingredients, ahead of the curve, scientifically proven. All of these things are the reason why we absolutely love our company, our gut health company. And now we're breaking into the skincare and beauty industry, and it is changing people's lives. The only thing that you have to lose with our guarantee is some unwanted symptoms and a couple of years as you fall back in time, like all of these ladies have tonight. So I would encourage you to give this a try. If you're tired of hiding from the camera, you're tired of having to cake on the makeup before you go outside, if you are feeling just embarrassed by your skin, or you just want to feel and look your best and prevent aging, go ahead and give this a try. Not only can it help you feel better, it can help you look better too. So thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you to all of our amazing presenters, and let's all fall back in time together.